Hey guys, welcome to Queen Airbender Tarot. Today we are going to do your third week of March Jupiter Blessings reading. Now keep in mind it's a general reading, which means it cannot possibly apply to every single person that's watching. But if you would like a personal reading, all of the information will be left in the description box below. In case you are new to the channel, welcome, come on in. And in case you're returning, thank you for joining me again today, and I hope that you guys are doing well. Now, this is in fact a Jupiter Blessings reading, but something tells me Mercury Retrograde wants to be the star of the show, and indeed it is. So when I was meditating over the energy, I kept getting a message to look up songs associated with Mercury Retrograde. So I just put like Mercury Retrograde playlists and things like that. I've never heard a song specifically entitled Mercury Retrograde, and like the very first song that popped up was a song literally called Mercury Retrograde by Wiz Khalifa. Now I listened to it, and the first couple of lyrics, the first couple of words that came out that man's head and out of his mouth, I'm telling you, is exactly what I've been experiencing. I feel like a lot of you guys have been experiencing also. So the song for today is, again, Mercury Retrograde by the artist Wiz Khalifa. He happens to be a Virgo, so you could be a Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus individual. Also, you could be in hermit mode. In tarot, the hermit is associated with Virgo. Okay, so if you don't have those placements, you could simply be in hermit mode. You are on some type of journey. You feel like you need to distance yourself from people. Mercury retrograde is typically a time where you probably should pull back a little bit so that you won't get caught up in the fray. Because I keep hearing like to go above the fray so you can keep yourself out of the drama, out of the messiness, because Mercury retrograde could be messy. And for those of you new to the journey and you don't understand about how the planets and the alignments with the planets and retrogrades and things like that, how it affects people, even outside of the, retrograde, I just want to share this really quickly. You guys know Mercury is associated with communication, mental, data, technology, transport. I don't know if I said transportation already because I keep thinking about transportation. So issues with your car, but I'm also getting like traffic signals in certain areas where you reside in, or certain areas where you got to go. Somebody may be experiencing like something going on with the traffic signals where like on your way, your route to work, like they're down for a while, and it's like, okay, that's abnormal, because with stuff like that, they don't let stuff like that just stay, non-functioning for a while. But somebody's having issues with that, like in their area, or they may be coming up. So again, Mercury, not retrograde, but Mercury talks about those topics. Now, when it's in retrograde, there could be issues, okay, associated with those particular topics. Again, communication, mental, data, technology, studies, okay, definitely mental stuff. Now, with the Jupiter blessings readings, it's about what blessings are coming in. And I feel like if you're having issues with these things, the blessing in it is for you to notice and realize why this is happening. Everyone always looks at the worst possible scenario and it's just like, okay, I don't give a damn why it's happening. This is crazy. It is a inconvenience, because retrograde energy could be very inconveniencing, okay? Because retrograde, I always tell people the easiest way to think about retrograde energy is like pushing the rewind button. Like stuff that you've dealt with already, stuff that you've experienced already, stuff that you thought you were done with, it comes back into the picture for you to deal with yet again. And when that happens, it's because it needs to be addressed. You thought you had healed from it. You thought you had taken care of it. No, it's something else that needs to be addressed so that it could be closed out for sure. So the blessing in this is for you to realize like, okay, yeah, you may have went through what seems like a tower moment or what is a tower moment for you, but did you learn a lesson in it? So I'm going to give you guys an example for me. Literally over the past 48 hours, I've been dealing with nothing but technical issues. Got a new phone, got a new device to do recordings, and literally I didn't even have that phone for a full 48 hours, and I had to take it back today. I got the new phone, brand new, fresh out the box, packaging, not refurbished, anything like that. And every app on there was crashing. Everything was crashing. And I was super fucking annoyed. I'm not going to lie to you. I am a Gemini, so my ruling planet is Mercury. In my natal chart, my Mercury, I was born with my Mercury in retrograde. So I know it affects me even more. So I know I have to ground myself more and try not to get so frustrated about things, because I know it's coming. I can always feel it when it's coming. So grounding myself, but even then I was so fucking frustrated. But when I sat and thought about it, like needing a new device, I've been going through things with the sound and things like that for the past couple of weeks, like 2-3 weeks, right? And it was as frustrating as it was, and I kept ordering devices, and I would miss the delivery drivers, and I'd have to send to corporate stores, and they wouldn't have it. And it's like, what? You guys just text me. The lesson in that I realized was that, first and foremost, I knew I was supposed to get an upgrade on my devices. I knew that. It was my fault. So if I was to sit here and not learn a lesson for it, the lesson about it was I kept getting downloads like, you need to upgrade your devices. You need to do it. And I was just like, we'll wait. I can wait. And then waiting too long caused me discomfort, caused me hardship, caused me frustration. But I caused myself that frustration because I've been felt that I should have changed it. I knew. No one had to tell me. I knew that it was way outdated and that I needed to have upgrades. I knew that as a business, as a device, as a service, I knew that. But I said, I'll wait. And so the message for a lot of you all is that if you kept pushing something back, you kept saying, I'll wait. Now you're seeing the outcome of those delays, those intended delays, those, you choosing to do that. That's what you're dealing with here. And what I heard when I was meditating with that is this particular Mercury retrograde feels like an unstable creature. And when I think about that, I think about Sweet Pea off of Baby Boy when he said, I ain't gonna call you a bitch. I'm gonna call you an unstable creature. This particular Mercury retrograde has been a bitch, and I feel like it has for a lot of you all. Now, if you have been spared the chaos of Mercury retrograde, good for you. I ask that you continue. I'm gonna ask the universe for you that you continue to be blessed, okay? And things continue to move smoothly, because everybody's not gonna experience the same things. For me, yes, it was frustrating situations, but again, I was aware that I should have did that. So it's like, as frustrated as I was, who am I gonna get mad at? I feel like that's the message for a lot of you all. If you have experienced that during this time, and keep in mind, it is not, Mercury retrograde don't wrap up until April. So what about the second week of April? So it's still time. Again, not claiming that for you, but just know if you experience a lot of delays, a lot of setbacks, because again, going back to what I was saying, like I kept missing the delivery driver when they came and got my device, to the point where I was like, okay, I have to have it sent to the store because I keep missing it, delay, because I kept delaying. So the universe is like, this is what delays look like, and this is how it'll affect you. Do you get what I'm saying here? If you keep delaying things, right now, these Mercury retrogrades is mirrors. It's showing us what we're doing and how it's affecting us and possibly and potentially others. And when you do stuff like that, like once you realize, I know for a fact, because I realized this now, and I took it into account, and I took responsibility for it. Now I'm seeing how everything is shifting in my surroundings. So a lot of y'all, to heal this energy, you're just needing to acknowledge it and act on things so that you can secure future endeavors and things like that, so that you don't have to keep going through the same cycles. I feel like for a lot of y'all, it's also going to make you more organized. It most definitely has with me, for sure. And Mercury is also associated with organization as well. Okay, so let's see. The spirit animal that I got was the deer, and the spirit animals, they give us like a lot of breakdown and traits that's associated with the animal spiritually, but I literally just heard like a deer in headlights. So for a lot of y'all, that's how things are hitting you, like a deer in headlights, like it's catching you off guard. That's the only message that I got with that. A lot of you all experience things that are catching you off guard. And again, it's like you have to sit down and think about, like, is it really catching you off guard, or is it that it's playing out in the way that you don't want it to play out? This is a time where you're going to have to learn to be a real big person. You're going to have to be an adult, and you're going to have to own up to your role in it and be accountable. And a lot of people don't want to do that. When you talk about accountability, a lot of people don't want to do that. If you have an issue with that, you're like, well, I didn't do this, and why would I do that? And how is that mirroring anything? Then okay, then you're not seeing what you need to learn and what you need to heal from. And then guess what? You're going to go through that same cycle all over again. So I'm just putting it out there for you. If you guys have been experiencing some challenges, again, like I said, put in the comment section below. Talk to me. Talk to each other. Comment. You guys know I always read the comments. I always respond. So let's get into some names. This will be first, middle, last name, street name, business name, states, whatever. And also have a year. So we have Taylor, Cameron, Pennsylvania, Amber, Lawrence, Dorian, Thomas, 1987. So someone could be born in 1987. Angie, Jermaine, Hicks, Bledsoe, Ruth, Allen, Torrance, Lockett, Bernie and Allen. I feel like I got Allen twice. I do. So with that, I feel like someone's first or last name, most definitely. Someone's first name is Allen, someone's last name is Allen. It's strong something Allen. Now, it also could be Allen spelled two different ways, so that could be a thing. Also, like A-L-A-N and then A-L-L-E-N. So I'm getting something because there's a strong Allen here. The Allen, I feel like it could be a workplace where Allen on Allen Street, Allen Boulevard, something like that, or it could be Allen in the name. Like, say for instance, if it's like a law firm, Bledsoe and Allen, something like that. I'm getting something like a main franchise for somebody as well. Okay, so you guys know with the Jupiter blessings, we are doing the Wheel of Fortune. So we want to get the Wheel of Fortune, the card that comes before and the card that comes after, and then we'll get clarifiers for the collective. Let's see what we get, my friends. Let's see what we get. So currently at the bottom of the deck, none other than the Wheel of Fortune. So like I said, this is fated and destined. Whatever you guys are going through, it is fated, it is destined. It's meant to teach you something, to make you stronger. The lion is a symbol of strength. Okay, this is the card that we wanted. You guys see me change it from the top to the bottom, so I'm not gonna do no bunch of shuffling. When I don't get a card that's in front, I get the card from the back, because I feel like they're saying the messages are already ready. So here's your major arcana. Yep, a lot of you guys are stressed out. Nine of Swords, sleepless nights, anxieties, worries, or fears. Back of the deck, you have the High Priest, not the High Priest, the Empress. I want to say the High Priestess. So some of you guys, oh, this is a thing. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Because I said High Priestess, there's no such thing as accidents. Some of you guys, your intuition is off the chain. I know mine is. But you have the Empress, Taurus, and Libra energy here. It's interesting because 2025 is a 9-year, and you do have the Nine of Swords. So you could have felt like, okay, you're going through so much, you feel like, you know what, this year going to be challenging. But that's not the case. This is just something that you're going through right now. This is a cycle that, you know, you have to experience these things. Because with fated situations, it's all about the experiences here. Remember I said Mercury. We're currently in Mercury. We're in a couple of retrogrades, but the ones that's standing out that's really making a stink for a lot of people, and it's not all bad, but I'm just picking up this for this particular energy that I'm reading for right now, is both Venus and Mercury. Mercury is air. Okay, that's that source communication energy. So for a lot of y'all, yeah, you're feeling it. You're feeling the burn of this current situation with this Mercury energy here. Going back to when I was getting ready to say the High Priestess, because again, I called the Empress the High Priestess. High Priestess is Pisces. We are officially, well, as I'm doing this reading, leaving Pisces season and Aries season now. But what I was getting with that is a lot of you all, your intuition is heightening. And when you have a heighten with your intuition, a lot of people don't understand. You just think that you're getting downloads and it's very easy and things will flow smoothly and seamlessly. A lot of the time, before you start getting those downloads, you get sensitivity to your environment. That's like your antenna. It's like you're being finely tuned into frequencies. So you'll start to feel things before you actually start to have those downloads, your sensories. That all that stuff is going to be heightened. And when that stuff happens, it can make you feel like you are going mad. Now, disclaimer, if you feel like you are having mental issues or you need to see a doctor, please do so. But when you know, like you know yourself and you can sense like, okay, this feels very, very spiritual in nature. It's not like a physical thing. That's what you're experiencing. A lot of people are going through that. True story. This happened just hours ago here by me. There was nothing, there was no warning of a thunderstorm or anything like that. And everything within me just felt like it was getting chaotic and it felt like a storm. And I was like, what is going on? Like it was kind of crazy because like I said, I was already going through the stuff with the devices and things like that. So I said, let me just calm down and sit down. I'm washing my vegetables. And I was just like, no, I just felt like all over the place. And I was talking to my son in the kitchen because I had told him, I said, well, take out the garbage and then, you know, clean up the kitchen so that, you know, I can cook dinner and things like that. And something just made me make him pause. And I said, does it not feel like weird? Like right now, it feels like a storm is brewing. And he was like, nah, we cool. I said, it feels like a storm is brewing. And then all of a sudden the house started shaking. The windows started shaking and things like that. And it was like violently shaking. And I was like, oh my God. It's about to be a thunderstorm, not a thunderstorm, but a tornado. And he's like, Mom, it's not going, like he's like, I don't know what he was going through, but he's just like tuned out. I think he was having a bad day anyway. And I was like, no, something is going on. And then everything, like, it went from like a normal lighting and it went completely dark. And I look out my front window, and I kid you guys not, I live, I think, the 4th house across the street from me. There was a tornado over their fucking house. Literally, I'm talking about, I can see it out of my window. And I'm like, oh my goodness. So I told the kids, okay, come on, we got to get down to the basement because that's too close for fucking comfort, you know. And I live in a ranch style house, and I'm like, oh, we'll get swept up in that bitch. So my son's like, Mom, I think we're going to be, I said, come on, we finna go down there. And then you could hear all the alarms sounding off. My phone was going off with the alarms and things like that. And, you know, as everything cleared up, a mutual, you know, associate of mine called me and said, hey, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. You know, me and the kids are cool. Everything's fine. They're like, do you know right down the block from you, the roof is a steel factory right now. Like literally, if I walk on out in my driveway, you can see the steel factory. And they're like, do you know the whole roof has been lifted and we are trying to pull it, because he works for the railroad. We're trying to pull it off the tracks. Like the whole block was the roof. Now, the funny thing about this is they are literally in the process of renovating that steel factory. Like every day for the last 2-3 months, they have been renovating that whole steel factory, and the roof completely blew off. The whole roof. And this is no small factory. This is huge. It's a huge factory. That was down the street from my house. I felt the storm before it actually happened, and it made me feel like it felt chaotic inside of me. Like it felt like a tornado was, you know, wrapping up inside of me. And I was like, what the hell is this? I know today has been frustrating, but this energy, I knew it wasn't me. It didn't feel like me. So I'm becoming more heightened and more sensitive to even the weather. I feel this all the time with people, but the weather, literally, I felt like, okay, I got to ground myself. And even my intuition was telling me like, okay, I told him to go take out the garbage, but it was like, no, hold on, something just don't feel right. And it just didn't feel right. And he was looking at me like, is you cool? And I'm like, nah, not at all. Something ain't right. And I'm glad I listened to my intuition. And, you know, so some of you guys may be experiencing stuff like that where it just feels so crazy. But it's not you. You got to let stuff play out and see how it is, because a lot of you are going to become very sensitive to your environment. So I'm just putting this out here because I feel like somebody is going to get ready to experience that. And my children think I'm like the most powerful person in the world because my daughter told me, she's like, Mom, I think you did that. I think you caused the tornado because you was upset earlier. And I was like, if I had that type of power, please believe things would be completely different in this world. But yeah, so some of you guys may be experiencing that. You have the Empress. We're going to go ahead and shuffle and get a clarifier for it. That tornado was so close to the house. Like if it would have taken a different direction, it would have taken every house. Like it was crazy. It wasn't predicted in the weather at all. Not at all. It was nice outside. So it was crazy. So it could be like, what's that saying? You know how soon the weather can change. It's not that. That's not the word. If you know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comment section. It's something about how quickly things can shift. But they use like an example like that. Something like things are just changing very quickly. Also, just like a tornado, you may feel like everything's chaotic. Like things are just going crazy around you. You may feel like that. But guess what? The sun will come up. I love that energy. Leo energy here. Whenever the sun comes up, a brand new day starts. Positivity, good health. And see, that's what I'm saying. Like I said this earlier, once you realize what it is that you need to take care of, what it is that, you know, you've been overlooking, what it is that you have been putting on the back burner, once that reality sets in, because this is realizations also, then it creates healing and it creates room for growth and new opportunities, because the sun makes everything grow. The sun lends a hand to healing and abundance. So there's abundance coming in here. So let's get a clarifier for the Empress. Universal energies of light, love, and divine protection. Give me a clarifier for the Empress for the collective for our Jupiter blessings reading. Universal energies, okay. It flipped out and flipped back in. I seen what it was, and I'm going to show you, but it flipped back in. I don't take it if it doesn't flip out. You have the Magician in reverse, Gemini, Virgo. Remember I said Wiz Khalifa is a Virgo. In reverse, for a lot of you all, you may feel like I'm having a hard time manifesting. Also, I'm going to tell you, if you do rituals and things like that, you may feel like, or even if you don't do rituals, if you pray and you're asking for God's help or whatever you resonate with, if you're asking for help, you may feel like my prayers aren't being answered, my rituals aren't working. They're saying that's not true. It just seems like it's not, but it's not true. You're about to see how things are getting ready to shift, and it's not true. Bottom of the deck, you got the moon. Things, hidden things, unknown things you don't have clarity about. The moon in reverse is the sun, as the sun in reverse is the moon. So we just had sun, you got the sun again. So let's see what we get for the Empress. Universal energies of light, love, and okay. Yep. So it feels, did I say this to y'all? What I literally heard was this particular Mercury retrograde is acting like a goddamn unstable creature. You got the devil. You feel like, man, the devil is on your shoulder. It feels like everything that can go wrong is going wrong. Even now, I don't know if you guys seen the pause and the glitch. I'm telling you, it's something going on with this damn device, and this is brand. You gotta laugh. It's brand new. It's brand new. Mercury retrograde. Mercury rules over what? Communication, mental, data, technology. Insane. You have the Death card. I'm going to take both because it did flip up. You got 2 major arcanas. Okay. And then you have the World card. 3 major arcanas in total. Okay. So the world is travel distance for a movement. You got Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. You got Scorpio twice because you got the Death card, Scorpio, and you got Scorpio on this card also. Again, I'm going to say retrograde is like a rewind button. Right, you're moving forward. You got this in reverse. So it feels like things are going backwards. It's like things that you thought you had moved on from. And then you have, so you just had 3 major arcanas there. And then if we add these together, 3 major arcanas also. So something could be happening within the next 3 days. Because even the Empress is a 3. Something very significant may take place within the next 3 days. Or something already happened 3 days ago. You know what I mean? Like you've experienced some type of challenging situation. That's going to come to an end. Okay. And then also for a lot of y'all, things that you have been needing to get rid of that have been toxic. Things that you have been needing to like detach from because they're bound. Things that you have been needing to detach from, it needs to come to an end, and it's going to be coming to an end during this time. Okay. You see how the sun is peaking up. I don't see it as the sun going down. I see the sun peaking up, especially since we keep getting all this, you know, sun energy in our spread. I feel like, you know, they're saying things are ending that have been heavy, have been toxic, have been causing you some type of hardship. Those things are wrapping up. You know what I mean? Let's see what we get for the 9 of Swords. You got the 10 of Swords up on here. 9, 10. Things are progressing. Universal energies of light, love, and divine protection. Give me a clarifier for the 9 of Swords. Universal energies of light, love, and divine protection. Give me a clarifier for the 9 of Swords. Okay. Keep fighting. You good. Look, you got 2 knights. You got the 9 of Cups. And you got the 9 of Swords. Okay. So, yeah, you've been going through some things that have made you feel like... this has been a challenge. You've possibly been fighting through some things mentally because you got Swords, emotionally because you have Cups. You've been fighting through some things mentally and emotionally. If you see that going in 2 different directions as I'm holding it, and I didn't intentionally put it this way. So I feel like for a lot of y'all, you've been fighting through some things mentally. It has been a challenge. But here's the thing. In this upright position, it's like you have been, you're winning. You're not losing. You know how I know this? Because as I was looking through this to show you guys the cards, this isn't even a deck for the clarifiers. I'm going to say again, there's no such thing as accidents. This was meant to happen like this. This is the deck that we're supposed to be looking at. So that's what they're saying. For a lot of y'all, you've been fighting some things. Mentally, emotionally, you've been fighting some things. And that makes sense because you got this energy right here. You've really been going through it. Some of you guys may feel scattered and all over the place mentally as well. Because sword up is just, sword down is no, these swords are down. So you may be feeling very overwhelmed with everything that's going on in your life. Again, keep fighting, keep pushing through. I know it's like, I'm tired of fighting. When do I get a break? They're saying that you will, because something is ending that's been very heavy. This heaviness is ending. Because to get this combination together, this is not a physical death. So I just want to put that out there. That's not what this energy is. They're saying like something that you have been bound to. Some legal contract, some type of certain cycle that you've been experiencing in your life is coming to an end. And you're going to be enlightened. Because if you look right here, you have a figure that looks like the high priest. The high priest is someone who is wise. They're wise because they've been through many things that has given them wisdom, given them knowledge. They've experienced many things, just like what I was saying with this energy. Okay, this Fate and destiny requires you to experience things. So you've experienced some things that has given you no choice but to grow and to evolve. And it's put an ending to heavy and nasty and murky situations in your life. So again, no such thing as accidents. We were meant to look at that because this isn't even a deck that we're needing to use right now. So, Nine of Swords. Universal energies of light, love, and divine protection. Give me it didn't flip out, so I'm not taking it. Give me a clarifier for the Nine of Swords. There you go. So you got the Seven of Wands in reverse, guardedness, defensiveness, blockages. I feel like things that have been coming at you trying to block you, that's changing. Also, the Five of Pentacles, lack, loss, abandonment, and being left out in the cold. So if you feel like you have been blocked as far as your monetary life, as far as your stability, because Pentacles is about stability, that is changing because the number 5 in numerology is also about changes. In reverse, anything that you have been experiencing as far as lack, that's what I said, things that have been blocking you, keeping you bound to unhealthy cycles, honey. The blockages are being removed. The blockages are being removed. I'm being told to look at the card at the back of the deck. Six of Cups in reverse. Some of you guys, this has to do with a love interest. This person, somebody got to leave your life in order for the new person to come in. Because if you notice, you got the 2 people here and there's someone leaving. Even though they're leaving, they're still in the picture. They have to kick rocks. Now, this is the thing. If this person is someone that you have children with, that's not an easy, fix. Because you still have to be involved with this person for children's sake in one way or another. But they're saying, like, you have to set boundaries. Because also in reverse, this is not setting boundaries. In reverse, if you're experiencing some hardships and things like that, forgive me for jumping all over the place, but I'm getting a couple messages with this because she's here alone in this bed, okay? If you are dealing with someone who feels as though they can come back and forth into your life, because again, this person is leaving, but they're still in the picture. If you're dealing with someone who feels like they can come back and forth into your life, that's because you are not setting boundaries, because in reverse, he's not setting those boundaries. Okay, so that's the message also. There's multiple messages in this reading that I'm getting. For some of y'all, it's a friend. Some of you have a friend that's jealous of your relationship. I'm just going to be the one to say it. You know what I've been seeing a lot lately, and it's very unfortunate. And I know that it's coming up in my feed. Like if I look at things on social media here and there, and you guys know I don't sit on social media. I'll post like readings and things like that and updates. And then when I log on automatically, you know how stories just pop up in your feed. But I've been seeing a lot of stuff with like friends throwing acid in their friend's face. And you know what I mean? Things like that. I think I just seen recently a woman who was a nursing student. She let her friend live with her because she was homeless. Her and her dog were homeless, and she let her friend lived with her and her 4-year-old child. She was a nursing student and things like that. And she said the woman was just acting very weird, acting ungrateful. So she told her, you have to go. And the woman threw acid at her, which means you've already, because who the fuck just got random acid? Like she said, like you can tell there was a concoction that she made. She could smell it prior to, and she didn't know what it was. She just felt like it was weird. And this woman threw acid in her face after she let her stay with her. And again, just the thought of it is like, that was premeditated. You never liked this woman. That was never your friend. Because if you could sit here and think like, I'm going to do something that's going to ruin this woman's life or potentially even take her life, you never liked her. So for somebody, this card always gives an energy of like relationships, but this also could be friendships. This could be someone that needs to leave your life. And I'm not saying that it could be someone that toxic, but it's, I'm getting like jealousy. Like people who are jealous of you, think this person's for you, they're jealous of you for some of you all. And you need to set boundaries with them. Somebody is jealous of some of y'all because this woman in red here, and she has these blindfolds. It makes me feel like it's somebody in your energy that you're not seeing them the way that they truly are. Because they don't want you to see them like that. I always say the eyes are the gateway to the soul. Her eyes are covered. So this person is hiding who they truly are, their intentions. So for some of you all, that's needing to end. You have a binding with a friend. It doesn't have to be romantic. It could be platonic. And then also, like I said, for a lot of you all, there's some negative self-speech and negative thoughts. Feeling as though I'm always going to be blocked. I'm always going to be stuck. And they're saying that's not going to happen because it's an ending coming to that. That Grim Reaper is putting an ending to all that negative attachments and toxicity, because the devil is definitely associated with toxicity for sure. It's an ending coming to that. And whatever you're experiencing right now, that's the Jupiter blessing. Whatever you're experiencing right now is teaching you this. So just like what I was saying, for example, with the young lady who unfortunately, she lost sight in her eye because of being, the acid being thrown on her. This is a lesson for her, and she's not learning it. And let me tell you why I know she's not learning it, because even after this happened, they did an interview with her, and she said, I still have love for her, and blah, 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 blah. Now, if you're out there saying that's what Christ would want, and this, and this, bullshit. Let me tell you something. The Most High would never want you to be in a position where you would continue to allow yourself to be abused. That's not what being Christ-like is about. I'm not religious, but I'm just going to tell you, I don't have to be religious to know that. I know God, and I know that's not how that works. So the way she was speaking, she said, well, I still love her, and I still this. And empathically, I'm picking up like, this woman is going to be a doormat. You know what I mean? Because she's not getting it. When somebody does that to you, that doesn't mean like you have to be attacking towards everyone and assuming everyone is going to do something to you, so I have to get them before they get me. No, you need to set boundaries. She shouldn't even be someone that you're focused on. You're focused on your healing. If you got to go to court for, whatever, for the trial and this, that, after that, you need to seal that energy. Y'all, she shouldn't even be anywhere in your mental. And I know that's easier said than done because of what you've experienced, but that person doesn't deserve to occupy a space in your mind, your heart, your spirit. She already did damage to your physical. What more are you going to allow this person to do? You get what I'm saying? I'm using her story as an example for a lot of you all. If you're experiencing chaotic situations, you need to learn from it and set boundaries. You need to learn from it and find ways to move forward in a healthy way. Because again, everything about this is unhealthy. And that's what the Jupiter Blessings message is for us today. Okay? So thank you guys so very much for watching Queen Airbender Tarot. As always, I'm going to ask that you continue to like, share, subscribe, click the all button. And until next time, take care, be well.